There is a hidden history that's been deliberately obfuscated from the peoples of the world, and that's why I am on the trail of the Nephilim. The Genesis 6 narrative states that the Nephilim are on the earth in those days and also afterwards. If that's true, can we find evidence that corroborates this? I'm L.A. Marzulli. Join me as we go on the trail of the Nephilim. Our lead story today, this is the summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year. The picture you are looking at is America's Stonehenge. It clearly shows the sun setting right over the summer solstice standing stone. That's incredible. We'll get into that and so much more. But first, a word from our trusted sponsor, BioTrust. A new study reveals nearly 50% of adults rated vision loss as the worst possible health outcome. Those questioned voted that losing vision would be worse than losing a limb, their hearing, speech, or memory. More adults would rather lose their memory than their eyesight. The things you need for healthy vision cannot be produced by the body. You must be supplementing them into your diet, otherwise your eyesight suffers. You need eye vitamins. The eye vitamins you want to maintain and support healthy vision are in this amazing new pill. This incredible product helps protect the eyes against dangerous blue light emitted from iPhones or computer screens while simultaneously supporting visual contrast, eye processing speed, glare recovery, cognitive function, and more. I'm teaming up with the creators behind these vitamins so you can get your vision strengthened and receive up to 51% off your own order by clicking the link below or by simply going to www.visionwithla.com. Once again, www.visionwithla.com. Folks, order today to get yours delivered to your doorstep. I have a free bottle that they gave me. I will be checking it out and reporting back to you. Folks, I will be at the next conference. It's August 5th and 6th, Logan, Ohio, the Bigfoot conference. I'll be sharing what I know about that cryptid, and I do know some things. I've been following it for years and studying it. I believe we are on the trail of a Nephilim when we're on the trail of Bigfoot. So anyway, check that out, HawkingHillsBigfoot.com, HawkingHillsBigfoot.com. So once again, there's the summer solstice standing stone at America's Stonehenge in New Hampshire. We have to ask ourselves, why go through all the trouble to mark this with a 3-ton stone? And you'll notice that, the sun is dead center in that stone. Now, what's amazing about this, and I'll go to my next slide, here's the Baal stone, and we show this in episodes 4 and 5 of America's Stonehenge. This blew me completely out of the water. And I've told the story, but I'll tell it again here, that when I was in the museum at America's Stonehenge in New Hampshire, I was with Kelsey Stone. I had a little camera. It's called an Osmo. And we're just going around. He's showing me all these different pieces in the museum. Well, what are these, Kelsey? Well, hey, these are the stones with writing on them. I'm thinking to myself, that's interesting. What's this one say? And he goes, well, that's written in Iberian Punic, and it was found in a chamber, a collapsed chamber on our site, under about a foot of dirt. Okay, what's it say? To Baal of the Canaanites in dedication. I'm like, instantly, and in the film, there's this long pause, because I can't believe what I just heard. And I go, what did you just say? And he goes, to Baal of the Canaanites in dedication. Folks, the site, in my opinion, is a 4,000-year-old Canaanite site. There is a sacrificial altar there, absolutely. All the alignments, and this is in our episode number 5 of On the Trail of a Nephilim, where we show the axis mundi, the center of the world. There's connectivity between America's Stonehenge and Machu Picchu, working upwards, okay? Machu Picchu, Teotihuacan in Mexico, Chaco Canyon in New Mexico, the Canary Islands in the Atlantic, and finally the Great Pyramid of Giza. And of course, Stonehenge, England, and that was the work of Kelsey Stone, which led, I think it's the greatest archaeological discovery of the 21st century, which is why I always circle back to that, because it is. I mean, it's absolutely astounding that there's connectivity to all these sites, and it's deliberate. Going back to the summer solstice standing stone, Kelsey Stone went on Google Earth and looked at that summer solstice standing stone and drew a line, and he wound up going over the Atlantic Ocean, through Ireland, and he found himself on Google Earth on that line in southern England. And that line bisects the two trilithons in Stonehenge, England. That's not by accident. And when you continue the line, you wind up in Beirut, home of the Phoenicians. Just saying. There is a hidden history that's been deliberately obfuscated from the peoples of the world. But look, let's get into this. This is from episode 7, and I show this at the Prophecy Watchers Conference. And here's the clip, and we were in Norba, Italy, and you'll see the drone flying over this incredible megalithic wall. At least, 3,500 years, maybe older, we don't know. And at the end of that little clip, I quote this woman who examined these stone features and was totally blown away by what she was seeing. So here's the clip, and pay special attention to that quote at the end, and I'll get back to you on the other side. I visited the ancient site of Norba, Italy, which is about an hour's drive outside of Rome. This site boasts large, polygonal stones, which are referred to as Cyclopean architecture. Most modern-day archaeologists insist that the structures found at Norba are nothing more than Roman architecture. But I wonder why this architecture vanishes and is not repeated in the centuries that follow. If we are intellectually honest, no one knows for certain who built these ancient Cyclopean walls that we find at Norba. I will quote Louisa Caroline Tuttle's History of Architecture from 1848, and in my opinion, it speaks of another lost civilization. Ages before the Romans existed, the fair land of Italy was inhabited by nations who have left indestructible monuments as the only records of their history. Those wonderful cities of early Italy, which have been termed Cyclopean, are thickly scattered throughout certain districts and are often perched like eagles' nests on the very crests of mountains, at such an elevation as to strike amazement into the traveler who now visits them, and to bewilder him with speculations as to the state of society which could have driven men to such scarcely accessible spots for habitation, and to entrench themselves therein with such stupendous fortification. Louisa Caroline Tuttle's History of Architecture, 1848. So folks, you can see very plainly that something is going on with that huge megalithic wall on top of a high place. We flew the drone all around there, we hiked there, we spent the entire day in Norba, Italy, and it was absolutely mind-blowing. So here we've got this picture. This is the gateway, the entrance to the site. Of course, the temple is long since gone. Everything has been razed and taken apart. Some of the foundations are still there, but most of it's gone. This, however, on the right side and the left side was the entrance to the site. Notice the incredible stonework here. And these stones are very large. I mean, these stones weigh a ton, perhaps even larger. But notice the way they're put together with absolute precision. It's not like Sacsayhuaman that we see in Peru, but it's very close to that. In other words, in my opinion, the technology that created Sacsayhuaman was somehow lost because we only see it for a certain period of time and then it all goes away. Just like in the megalithic. It's here and then it stops and they start building. Normal human beings begin to build with head-sized boulders, which is what we see in all the walls and in modernity. I mean, people don't use megalithic stones like this. And remember, there's no cranes or trucks or anything like this. How is it quarried? How are they transported? And we're not told. But modern-day archaeologists insist that it was done because here it is. Not so fast, citizen. You don't know who built this. You have no idea. And there is a hidden history that's been deliberately obfuscated from the peoples of the world. And that's why I am on the trail, folks. What are you waiting for? Go to streaming.lamarzulli.net, streaming.lamarzulli.net. We talked about the Axis Mundi, America Stonehenge. That's episode 4 and 5. And of course, Lost Civilizations. I think you'll find the entire series just not only educational, but it will really peel back the covers that's of the secrets that have been kind of hidden away, and oh, you're not supposed to look at that. Well, man, men built that. Not so fast. No, they didn't. We're looking at technology, certainly in Sacsayhuaman, which cannot be duplicated in modernity. And we've got granites, diamond blade saws, we've got lasers, we've got cranes. They didn't have that 4,000 years ago. How was it done? Great mystery. The Inca were good stone builders, but they didn't build Sacsayhuaman, in my opinion, or Ollantaytambo, or any of the other sites that we see in Peru. And they certainly didn't build what we see in Norba, Italy. Thanks so much for watching, folks. We'll see you right back here on Thursday with another episode. It'll either be a UFO update or on the trail of the Nephilim. Thanks so much for watching.